Hey guys, welcome back to the Calling the Forgotten Files. I am your host, Shannon Rogers, and Jen cannot be here tonight. She had something happen, so I'm like in separation anxiety right now. But she had something pop up that she had to take care of. But thank you for joining us. I want to thank Greg Stevens and Brandon Lee last week for an amazing show. It was amazing. We actually got a lot of feedback through Messenger and everything, as well as our guest about how it had an impact, and that's the purpose of the shows we do. But since Jen can't be on tonight, I thought, well, who can I have fill that spot to help me out? And I'm like, I remember the person that I did my first podcast with that interviewed me first, and then I remember the first person that as well let me be part of their show as a co-host. And I thought, yes, I have to have this person on. Joe De Hoyos from Beyond the Woodline is our guest co-host tonight. Joe, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for those kind words. You almost made me cry back here. So,
Yeah, I doubt that, but no, for real. I really have really great fond memories of just our interactions. It was respect. It was good times.
right?
We interviewed a lot of people. You really played a big part of me more venturing out into the paranormal fields. You were very much influential in that. So I'm glad you're here. So
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you. I appreciate that very much. You were an easy person to work with, easy person to get along with. Easy to talk to. So, it was. You had a lot to do with that yourself. You're a great person. So, you can't deny that.
Don't tell everybody. Shoot.
Yeah, I won't. I won't. You can cut this part out.
Thank you, Facebook users.
Even when you fall down, you're a good person.
Yeah, I have my moments. When I fall down, I get a little bit extra. That's very known. It's no big secret, but it's only because I'm trying to fight through to figure things out because I'm such an inside emotional, got to understand everything kind of person. But so when I have my moments, I do come out ahead for the most part. I try to. So we have, hey everybody joining the chat too. I'm trying to keep up and pop everything on. I'm so miss having Jen, but I'm so glad we have Joe. But our guest tonight is psychic detective, psychic medium Melinda Williams. She had reached out and a little while back and talked about being on the show. And I'm like, I've had nothing but positive interactions with her. And I'm like, absolutely, I'd be more than happy to. So without further ado, here is our guest for the night.
Hey, Shannon. Hi, Joe.
Hey,
Hi,
how
how
you
are
doing?
you?
Doing good, guys. How are you?
I'm great. And you're in Tennessee now, correct?
In Tennessee, yes.
How are you liking it?
Don't let me answer that.
Oh, don't like it. It's different. It's
It's
different.
very different. Yes.
Thomas, thank Father Thomas. Bishop, I'm sorry. Um, so for anyone that doesn't know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself real quick?
So basically, I am a psychic medium, psychic detective. I help with missing and cold cases. I do deal with families and law enforcement. That's my main thing I do. I do tarot readings and stuff like that also, but my main thing is the psychic detective work.
That's awesome. Because as you know, our theme of our show, I'm all like, yes.
Right.
Because Jen as well is a psychic detective. So that's really, really, really interesting. And I'm trying to get at all these comments that are just coming in. Thank you guys for joining in. And we do have a surprise tonight. Besides Joe, we have another surprise. And that surprise will be popping up here shortly. They did not want me to say anything. So hi, Beth. Hi, Leanne. How are you doing, sweetheart? Hey there. See, someone wants to just say hi to everyone. Shout outs because we really have a great group of chat that it's getting, we're still new and every week it's getting better and better. People are interacting and I really just enjoy it. And yeah, Todd and Leanne, they're amazing people. John Haney, all you guys are just awesome. So, a little bit of your background, your history, like where did all this, like what got you into psychic detective work?
Well, I have seen spirit, most of my life. But then in 2010, I found my real family, and basically, my mom, she's Native American, but she has passed, but she could see spirit too. And so then there was a case that was brought to my attention. I was asked to work on it, so I did, and then I ended up finding the remains. So then that started the whole thing.
Right. That's kind of close to home, isn't it?
Exactly.
Right. So I'm trying to remember, were you out of New Mexico or Arizona?
Arizona.
Arizona. Let me turn off my Facebook so we don't get any of that. I know that I hear about a lot of activity out in the Arizona area and stuff like that. So how old were you when you first had your experiences that led you down the path of being a psychic medium?
The earliest I can remember is 7. And so that's, I had this, I call it a thing because I didn't know what it was. And it came to me and it was like making faces and trying to warn me of something. And then I got very, very sick. And I feel that that's what it was trying to tell me, was that I was going to get very sick. And then I did pass it. And then they brought me back. And so that's happened. I've had 2 of those in my life.
And that's really scary at that young of age. I didn't have anything, as a child that young, except for just feeling different because I felt emotion too much. So
Right.
to hear, when I hear real true psychic detectives and mediums and all that stuff talk about the things they experienced so young, I'm like, man, my childhood was trauma enough. I couldn't imagine having the other side connect to me that way. They were waiting for me to get to where I needed to be later. But yeah, so I'm kind of envious of that, to be honest with you, because sometimes I wish I had things hit sooner. But and like I said, I don't claim being a psychic detective. I'm an intuitive empath. I'm a spiritual conduit. I'm a medium of sorts, but I don't claim that. But I mean, that to me, sometimes I'm just like, man, that would have been awesome to like connect sooner in life, go down this path sooner. So I admire that very much so. And are you ready for your surprise?
I'm ready. I've been sitting
Somebody
here for
really wants to see you. We all want to see her.
Hello, sweet girl.
Beth. Hey, girl.
Hey,
I
honey.
love it.
What's up,
Hey,
Beth?
Joe. What's
How you
up,
doing?
man? I had to surprise my girl, Melinda.
Yes.
We haven't talked and I don't know when, girl.
Yeah, I know. Every time we try to catch each other, somebody's dealing with something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I told Shannon, I was like, you know what? I think Melinda needs a surprise.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
I love you so much. I'm so glad to see your face, honey.
Girl, I love you too.
I mean, you've been through so much and we've made it. We're both dealing with some stuff and
Yep.
it just shows the purpose we have. We got a lot of work to do, sweet. We got
That's
a lot
it.
of work.
Yep.
Hey, Beth.
Hello,
Beth.
everyone. Much love to all. I had to surprise those of you who don't know. Most of you do. Melinda is part of the sister crew as well. Me and Melinda just met each other, and you couldn't tell us we ain't been together our whole lives.
Right.
Just like me and Shannon.
Yeah, we share a mom now.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm very blessed in that area. I have a lot of love. I call Joe the hot dad.
Yeah.
I thought it was hot grandpa. But,
The hot grandpa too.
yeah, there you go.
That got a little freaky calling you hot grandpa. That was
Right.
just a little too much. I
What's
had to
that
switch it
cartoon,
up.
Uncle Grandpa?
But yeah, I'm glad to see you. I figured I might as well join on to make you smile a little bit. Of course, I see Miss Denise is in here. Hey, Miss Denise.
Yep. You got a lot of people coming in to see you guys, and that's awesome. I love
We're
it.
a lot closer. Me and Melinda are a lot closer to each other now. We're only probably about 4 hours away from each other.
Right.
But hopefully during the spring I'll be able to. You never know, ladies and gentlemen. Melinda and Beth may show up somewhere near you and might do a little something.
Oh, I would love it.
Well, I like to hit the road too.
Well, we got to reel you in over here because, hey, Miss Joanne. I mean, it's been lovely. And Miss Joanne, she was on a show last night. She is one of and I have to take a moment to say this. Denise and Joanne are 2 of the biggest supporters of paranormal and metaphysical out there. these women will do anything. They support all of us.
Mhm.
And those are the people that hold us up, and we need to pay more attention. Because
especially when we're beat down in the field.
Yeah.
Just like, no, you're okay. We got you. We understand you. Don't worry about the other stuff.
Yeah. And we have to remember, as much as they look to us and they think so much of us, think about all the other people. So we really have to act accordingly. You know, I can't say too much because, you know, I offend people.
Joe's over like, girl talk.
You're okay,
Let
Beth.
it go. Just let it roll off the tongue there.
Well, things get crazy when me and Melinda get together. I mean, they really do. Shannon,
Yes.
get ready. You think it gets crazy when you're off somewhere and we're like, whoa, what is that? Me and Melinda are on the same podcast and everybody's like, ooh,
Oh, yeah.
did y'all see that?
Right.
Well, I'm game.
So, yeah, we're going to do something. Melinda, it's got to happen.
Okay.
You're too
I can't
close.
wait.
Once I get to feeling better and get back on the road,
Right.
we're going to make it happen. Because,
I know. We
little
will.
secret, the Thug is going to do a tour in the spring and summertime.
Love
wow.
your thug. Yep.
So, I'll make it happen.
Just be Beth.
Yep.
Sorry, these comments are flying in. I'm trying to show all of them. I'd like to read them all, but I don't want to interrupt. But
Hello, everyone. Y'all are here from
Hi, everybody.
Melinda. So I'm going to shut up now and let Melinda
no, there's
talk.
3 great people right here right now. I got Melinda, Beth, and Joe. I'm excited. I wish
Yep.
Jen could be here tonight. She just had something she had to take care of, but much love to Jen.
Mhm.
What's up, Eli? What's up, everybody? I'm kind of excited. You know, I haven't been doing podcasts because I haven't been feeling good, but
Yeah.
I want to take the time because there's a lot of people in here that have been sending me messages, giving phone calls, checking in on me. So I appreciate the love and the prayers. It means a lot to me.
Don't worry about you all the damn time because I love you.
These hands still work, so don't
That's
nobody
it.
worry about that.
So are you surprised, Melinda?
I was like, who in the world? I've been trying to figure it out. And then when I seen Beth, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we
I called Leanne immediately. Hey, Leanne, I'm going to surprise Melinda.
And you did. So I love it though.
Good. So, okay, so you work with the police and everything. How do they contact you? Do you hear about a case and contact them? Like, how does that work? Because I'm so intrigued on, you know, the psychic detective work and helping people missing, unsolved, and stuff like that.
So basically, it both ways, really. I've had them to contact me. And then like, if I've had family contacts me too. So it happens in a different variety of ways, but I won't turn any of it down because I'm like, maybe there is something that I might see or pick up that will help in some way. So anybody that contacts me, whether it's law enforcement, whether it's family, I will assist in any way that I can.
Right. Got you.
I can't with Todd right now. I'm sorry. They're sitting. He's in the living room. She's in the bedroom. I'm sure.
There's a lot of love going on right now, and I love it. I love it. Oh, yeah. I talked to Leanne right before the show as well, and they had stuff to do, and I was like, I'm calling Joe. And then I was like, Beth finally called me back, and I'm like, oh, we're brewing something up here.
Oh, wow.
We're brewing something up here. I am having, I had my glass.
Shannon, Beth, and Joe back together again.
I know. I was like, hey, Beth, Joe's
Yeah, I
gonna
would
come
say that the Three Musketeers, but it's more like the Three Stooges, I think.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what you're gonna get, Joe. And he's always like, oh Lord, just let it be.
Frying pan to the head. Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you have going on right now? Like, are you doing like readings? Are you actively helping with cases? You just kind of getting settled in, still in Tennessee?
Well, I'm finally somewhat settled in, but I work a full-time job, and then I'm working on like 10 cases, and
wow.
I do readings and stuff on Saturday nights. I go live and do readings and stuff like that. But right now I'm working on at least 10 cases.
That's a lot. Yeah, that is a lot. Absolutely. Does that wear you down in like your normal life and kind of make it harder for your job, or does it kind of vamp you up and you feel energy unless you have a really intense connection that time?
It really makes me, how do I say this without sounding horrible?
You sound
it
horrible,
really,
you are.
it lifts me up because I feel like
That's
I'm being the voice. I'm being the voice for the missing. So that to me, to help in any way because I always say I don't solve it. No, that's the detectives to do that. I'm just there giving what I can get for the case, and hopefully it will help in some way.
Right. Yeah. Hey, how local are these cases? Are they pretty close to you, or some of them
No,
really?
there's some in
Okay.
Arizona, there's
Oh, wow.
some in Washington State. I've got a couple here in Tennessee, but not where I live, because you have to be very careful when you're doing these,
Right.
because I was in a predicament once with a case, and it was because I was really seeing what had happened and who was involved, and then I was threatened. So you have
Yeah.
to be very, very careful.
And I'm glad she brought that up, because that's one of the major reasons. And I'm like I'm too hot for TV. I'm too hot for that too, because I've worked on missing children's cases, missing people's cases. It is what it is, but it can be dangerous. And see, Melinda, she's so sweet. She's the sweetest little thing. People call me and threaten me. I'm telling them I got some hot ones for them.
Well, Beth, I'm working on a case that is indigenous.
I figured as much.
I'm like, Beth, you piqued her interest.
Yep.
Melinda and I have had one for a couple of years that we've been trying to figure out together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an indigenous case. Because that's one thing about Melinda and I. We are both very big supporters of that. And because, wow, we hear about missing kids. Yes, that's
right.
And it's real. There's lots of missing people. Sex trafficking, it's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
But people do not realize just how many Native women and men and children are missing. And they do not voice it. It is like, oh, and I'm not trying to be funny. Oh, this little white kid's missing. Okay. Yeah, I want all kids to be found.
Right.
I mean, you can't just pick one. Oh, this kid's got money, so we need to find this kid.
Exactly.
I grew up during the Atlanta missing and murdered children. I was a little girl, and that was, get ready, I might as well say whatever I'm going to say. It was Ku Klux Klan.
I didn't mean to laugh the way you said it.
I know.
Come on, get some. That's all I got for you. But it was not just them. That was multiple things going on. But that's another reason. And I'm glad she's only doing what she's doing right now, because it gets very, very dangerous.
Yes.
And, we are dangerous to people.
Right. We are. Yes.
We are. Oh, we know what you did last summer, last night, and 20 years ago, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And if you come after Melinda, you got to deal with the thug.
Oh boy, then I'm going to be talking to you soon.
Uh-oh.
She knows I'm very protective of Melinda.
Oh yes, and I am a Beth too. So,
I mean, Shannon, just like somebody can get it if they come messing with you. Same thing here.
Goes around full circle. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, are there, because I think is there any like hard no's, any kind of cases?
God.
Are there any like cases you like just won't work on? Any situations you won't go into? You're like, it's a hard no. I can't connect with that. I'm going to detach myself from it. Is there something that you just completely, for your own reasons, have to push away from?
Yeah. How do I say this? Okay, so usually I don't like doing anything that's gang related,
Right?
Because that's very, very dangerous. But I said I was not ever going to do that, but then I ended up working on one. So It's according to what happens and what's the factors in it. But if there's children involved, then I'm game for whatever it is, because it's one of those things. I'm very big about children, so. But the
Right.
gang ones is very, very scary.
Oh yeah, they're like, this woman, what's she doing? Yeah, done.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't know first going into a case that it's
Yeah.
going to be that situation. And you're like, whoa. So you backed out of ones that were like, okay, this is not cost someone else. I can refer someone, but this is not my thing.
Right. I have done that. And there was one case that I was like, no, there's no way I'm going to touch that. And they just kept on. It was very persistent. And so then I ended up working it, because they were like, Melinda, we know that you already know stuff, because I was saying stuff before they even told me anything on it. And they were like, you've got to help us. There's no way you would, because the information I was giving them was like, this has not been put out anywhere. There is no way you would have known this. And we really want you to do it. So they just kept calling and calling. So I finally gave in and worked on it, we ended up solving the case though. So.
Of course. You're getting a lot of love. I'm trying to keep in the
Hard
chat.
no to cartel. Anything cartel, hard no. All the way around.
I watch too many like stuff on Netflix, like series. It's a no. That's a joke, but yeah, no. So when did you first meet Ben? When did y'all first meet? Because I know when I met Joe, and I know when I met Beth, and I know when I met Melinda, but like, when did you guys first meet, and how did that go? Because
oh boy,
it was fate.
It was very much so.
Melinda knew about me before she knew about me.
Right.
You loud and proud.
And I reached out to her. We got to talking because I wanted to have her on the show. Because one of the few things that, and I'll go ahead and toot my own horn because other people like to toot theirs and tell lies.
Toot away.
I was the first person to have something out there to support women in the field. It was called the Wicked Woman Show, and it was specifically to support women in the field. Because there are so many awesome ladies in the field, and we don't get the credit we deserve. And partially that's because everybody wants to make things a good old boys club. And guess what? Mm-hmm. I come to the table, and I'll put it on the table with all of them. So, and it's also a problem because the way some of us present ourselves, right. We have to take care of ourselves as women. But I saw Melinda and I was just like, you know what? I've got to talk to her. So I reached out to her, and our first conversation on the phone was like 3 hours.
Right.
And she was like, I know who you are now. And I'm like, it was great. Like, she knew about me before she just didn't know it was me.
Right.
Until the call came through. And we were kind of stuck together since then.
Oh,
Can I point something out? I wouldn't know Melinda if I didn't know Beth. I wouldn't know Beth if I didn't know Joe.
Yeah.
Joe is also really big about making sure to include women into situations and
Joe
conversations. Yeah. So I just want to throw a little shout out to Joe as well on that.
Thank you.
Joe has always been like that, and that's
I've always thought women need to be in the kitchen making me a sandwich. That's what
Shut
I
up.
want.
Joe, I still think we need tacos.
Yeah, there you go.
Why the woman cross the road? Who cares? Tell her to get back in the kitchen.
And yes, and immediately after I got off the phone with Melinda, I called Leanne and Todd, and then Todd made that connection with Melinda when me and Melinda were on a show together.
Right.
And it's just like, it just kept spiraling from there. But there's a very, very deep connection between Melinda and I. And it is native. So
exactly.
Lily says, I didn't know the supernatural profession was like that. They exclude women. It's not so much about they exclude them. It's just when you can really platform and highlight, some of the women sometimes that not so much shadowed. It's just when you can really platform them.
Well,
you
you
know,
know what? I
got-
think it is shadow, but not like in a bad way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Well,
real.
yeah, you know,
Oh God.
I'm just
here's
like,
the thing.
Here's
I love Joe. He's so sweet.
I'm just like,
The problem here, Joe, is this: people pick and choose,
well, yeah,
and not all of us are just. For instance, there are plenty of shows out there that women are either mediums, and that's all we're good for. We're paranormal investigators. We are light workers. We are healers. We are mediums. We are, yes, we are all of that. And, you know, and whoever want to run, go tell this can go tell this too, because I said it. And it ain't because I'm hating, and it ain't because I'm jealous. I am sorry, I am not a buck 05 with blonde hair, but I'm a nice 230 with hair to my ass, and somebody likes it. But there is room in the field for everybody.
right.
Yeah.
We're supposed to, we should be the most welcoming field there is out of everything in the world.
Right.
Black, white, green, yellow, brown, purple, no matter where you're from, your sexual orientation. I would do like the Dan Aykroyd from Chuck and Larry, but I'm not going to do that on here.
go for it.
Bisexual, trisexual, quadsexual. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you're from, who you are. If you love this field and you love people, it's about humanity. It's about connecting consciousness. It's much bigger than all of us.
Right.
I got one thing to say, and I was talking to Melinda about this earlier. I was just noticing some posts today, and I'm not going to bring it up, but why are we so damn worried about what other people are doing if it has no linear connection to us? Last time I checked, every damn theme park has different sections with different damn rides. In kindergarten, you ain't getting along with your neighbor, they move your desk. They have you play different parts. You know what I mean? Like, don't worry about other people. Let them do what they're doing. Let them have their fun. That's all I'm gonna say is the theme park has more than one attraction.
right.
Some of them aren't tall enough to ride the ride either.
Some like the thrill rides. Some like the little merry-go-round. Like, quit dictating what people are supposed to feel or enjoy. Let them be and have some piece of your damn self by not worrying about what other people are doing and how it does not. Now, unless they personally have done you wrong, that's a different story. It ain't none of my damn business still.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're worried about what people are doing. It does not affect you.
That's
I
like
don't
one
know.
thing I've noticed. It seems to be on the rise nowadays. Is that people criticize other people's work or techniques? I'm like, leave them the
Yeah.
hell alone. They're
Right.
not messing with you. You know, they're not posting shit about you, and they try to be like, I'm not going to say anything bad about whoever. Well, you might as well put them on blast. Everybody knows what you're talking about.
I am. I'm going to say it loud and proud. Come on, get you some.
You know what? These incognito posts on Facebook, 90% of us would go, they might be talking about me because
Right.
everyone has something they don't like about someone else. Who cares?
And it doesn't
Like,
matter.
go to your own section of the damn theme park and enjoy the ride.
Melinda
Sorry,
has
I
been pretty drama free for the most part. I mean, she may have had an issue here or there, but Melinda is one of the most drama free people
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
I backed away from the paranormal people
Yeah.
because it's just too much drama. One will tell you one thing, and then someone else will come in and tell you something else, and then
Yeah.
before you know it, you're drug into it. So no.
Yeah. If I only knew, like, I would be rich. Like, the way people talk smack about me, you'd think I
Yes.
was like, damn, I'm mad. I wish I had that money. I mean,
Yeah.
but this is what it's about, helping people. That's
Right.
what Melinda does.
Exactly.
That's what I do. That's what Joe does. That's what Shannon does. That's what you're supposed to be in it for. It's about helping spirit, helping humanity.
Right.
That's my other mom, by the way, Beth. This will be your next mom. That's my mom. Technically my stepmom, but my dad and my stepmom in Florida, and she's on
Florida.
tonight. Name's Barbara, and I love her so much. So
I don't know. After she watches the show, she might be like, Shannon, I don't want to adopt that one. But that's why I'm so glad Melinda, making that connection with Melinda. It's hard because she's been there. She's done that. It's really hard, to be in the medium closet. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in that. My closet is 2XL. I got a big closet. I mean, and she knows what it's about. Look, it's like the Miss Georgia pageant, okay? All them little pageant girls. All right, you know what I'm saying? So, as my grandma used to say, each thinks their crow is the blackest, okay? It's the Crips and Bloods and mediumship as well. The only difference is I'm about that life.
And yes, good question just popped up because I just wanted to touch on that. Let's veer away from it and talk about all the good shit that's going on because we can little curse words here and there. Has Melinda and Beth worked with Nancy Orlin Weber?
Oh no.
Nancy is one of my mentors, so I love her dearly. She is amazing.
Not me. I ain't worked with nobody but myself and Melinda and Tyrone and James and
I think she purposely let me win something because it only was supposed to be one person. And I told her, well, I didn't get my submission in time, but I'm still going to leave a review. She's like, well, I can do what I want. And next thing you know, I'm one of the, there was multiple people and I won. And I had a 30-minute session with her. And man, I still have it written right here on a post-it note. Raise your own vibration. I'm going to be talking about that actually at a Paracon in May at Old Park Hotel for the West Tex Paracon. That made a big damn difference. It's like you go through phases like, Beth, you helped me so much. Joe, in your way, you helped me so much. Like Melinda, she's becoming part of my soul tribe too. But you go take little bits and pieces of things that come to you that get you where you're supposed to be. But that raise your own frequency. At first I was like, what? But no, I learned to you just feel your vibration. You're literally your frequency rise above anything. There's different things. She made a big difference. And she purposely intended on sitting down with me because she knew I needed it.
That's how it works.
She set the damn stage. She's like, this is how it's going to go.
We're sneaky. We're sneaky. You have to be sneaky sometimes.
Yes.
I mean, and Melinda, I would like to know, since we haven't really had a chance to talk, we keep missing each other. How do you feel about the difference of the energy shift up there?
You don't want me to answer that. It's totally different than anything I've experienced, Beth.
Yeah.
I mean, totally different. Do I like it? No, not really.
Not really.
Not really. No.
Well, I think you wanted to be a little further north, though, didn't you?
Well, I'm
hindsight.
Eventually,
yeah,
could be years down the road. Eventually, I'm going back to Arizona.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is just not my place. It's not my vibe. It's just not.
The time hasn't come yet.
Right.
It's coming.
It's coming. Okay.
There's a lot of work to be done.
Right.
In that area.
Mm-hmm.
But people need to. It's real busy.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then you got there right after another fire.
Yep.
And then there was another fire while you were there.
Yep. And then I got COVID.
Yeah.
So it's just been one thing after another after another.
You're going to be all right, sweet sister.
I know that, sister. I know it.
It's different, though. That's why I tell people all the time. It's different in Texas. The feel is different.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's different in different areas.
It is.
Passing through Louisiana, it's a whole nother ballgame.
Right. Yep.
You just never know. But I was curious because we hadn't got to talk about that yet.
We're gonna get her home,
Jason. Jason, I'm part of his team. I think he's in Nashville. I think he's in Nashville, somewhere close to there.
He's not far from Todd and Leanne.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to say. And so I'm part of their team, and as their medium, and I help them in any way I can. And Jason's just been, him and Natalie, the whole team is really, really amazing.
And Howard's in here, and Eileen, and we got Jason, we got Charles Rudd. Everybody's coming in to show support, and I love that very much.
Hello, everyone. I mean, they're all awesome, but when you cross the line, okay, so here's where I live. I live 2.5 hours from Cherokee, North Carolina. All I have to do is go across the Dragon, and I'm in Melinda's backyard.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That area, that land is very different. than anything that I can explain.
Well, do you know, Beth, now that you said that, we need to go into, there's certain areas in the Great Smoky Mountains where people have come up missing.
Yes, ma'am.
And there's been several people wanting me to go there and to see what I could pick up. That's something we need to do together.
Yes, because I don't want you doing that by yourself.
No, I don't either.
And it's a very big deal.
Yes.
Like Shannon, the way I could describe it to you, it's gonna happen, Jason. It's gonna happen, sir. Shannon, the only way I know how to describe it to you is a cross between the Nazareth and right up there in Oklahoma, that the Comanche reservation.
Gotcha. Oh,
It's like if you rolled that in a ball and put it on a mountain.
Ooh, that's hard to, not only when you're feeling that kind of vibe and energy, it's hard because you know you're there for a reason, but you kind of like want to pull back from the negative, and you got to balance that out. Yeah, she's
living in it.
Phrase it for me. Yeah,
she's living in it, and then where she's at is not far from the Body Farm, the University of Tennessee Body Farm. She's not far from that, really.
Mm-hmm.
That area in Tennessee alone, just Knoxville, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just Dollywood.
Right.
There's a lot of Hatfield, McCoy type.
Exactly.
I'm a McCoy of my Scottish blood.
And Melinda's just like, I'm here. How y'all doing?
Right.
So Donna wanted to ask a question because I don't want to forget about it. And I don't mean to interrupt you, ladies. She said, I have a question. So let me scroll down to her question real quick. She's been getting strange vibes. And so are you wanting us to pick up on those vibes, or would you like to clarify in the chat, please? And any guys, if you have any questions, please put them in there real quick, okay?
I just want to know if the donkey belongs to her.
Beth has a thing for animals. And a lot of these sisters in this tribe do. Like, ooh, let me tell you. I lost Beth at a truck stop. Found her at a horse with a horse.
Sorry. Kids and animals. Leanne is guilty as well.
Okay, so here's Donna's question. It says, my ex came to me twice and I found out he passed. Is he telling me something?
Usually what I have experienced with clients and myself is my husband passed, my first husband. And when you're very connected to somebody and they pass, they can come to you and they're just there to tell you goodbye. And that's what I have experienced in that kind of situation.
No. Then you got the other where if it was on bad terms and they're trying to seek forgiveness before they pass away.
Or sometimes they're there and they've already passed and they're as mean as they were when they were alive. So
true that.
So, but that's what I've experienced, Donna, is that is they usually come and let you know, hey, I'm okay. And they just want you to know that.
Hey, Melinda, I got a question for you, actually.
Okay.
When you start working like on a case,
Mm-hmm.
do you have to connect with it in your own way, or is it's not going to happen, or you know what I'm saying, or can you just work on any case you want to?
Basically, what I do is when someone wants me to work on a case, I do ask for a picture of the person, and then if there's if you're local, then I would ask for like something that belonged to that person. Whenever it's long distance, they send me a picture and then I say, well, do you have like maybe a piece of jewelry that you can take a picture of so I can look at and touch the piece of object in the picture. Then once I get those two things, I don't want any other information. And then I'll get in my little quiet place. I do use essential oils. because there's certain essential oils that I use. I put it on the back of my neck, which there's a portal there. So that's where I put it. And then I start connecting and I start seeing images. It's usually right before they have passed what happened. So I do get in my little quiet place and start some people call it meditating, but I don't call it meditating because I start seeing images. So
one thing I want to say is when you talk about the back of the neck being a portal, that is one of the first places that I put the tar water on and stuff like that, because it is an opening for spirit to either come into you, to manipulate you, all kinds of different things to affect you, to attach to you. So that's one thing that I'm glad you brought that up, because we don't actually hear people talking about it too much. But yes, that's a very big place to protect. I always do my forehead. I do my chin, I do the back of my neck, and I do my hands, and I shake it off like that. I just shake the energy off. So that's my little routine. It works for me. I'm not saying do that, but it works for me.
Your back is where you're most vulnerable to negative.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that one investigation, and it was just like, I just knew he was back there. I had a medium tell me. I was feeling the energy. And like next thing you know, I just started screaming out like, Archangel Michael's where it was so blurred over and over again. I listened to the audio, but I could feel him penetrate me from behind. That did not sound right. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
It wasn't me this time. It wasn't me.
It was almost as if you laid a sponge in water. This time, it's always usually it feels like something slithering down over, like those little slips, like latex slinkies things. It usually comes over like that, but this was different. It was like if I just laid my back and it was coming that way, and I just like, ooh, I went to taking care of any which way I could think of to make it stop. I know that sounded bad. I can never win, I swear.
Oh my God.
It wasn't me this time.
I mean, it was just like, and I had to make it stop because it was something I did not want participating in my energy. But that was before I really learned how to put those boundaries up.
Right. Yeah.
And those are so important. And, sometimes you can draw your boundaries so strong, you almost miss the interaction. Does that sound weird? You miss the interaction that you used to have before your boundaries, because you almost like, I'm an adrenaline person. I want that, but I put my boundaries up so much. And every time I'm like, okay, you can interact a little bit, things start getting wild again. Beth's been on conversations with me, and I'm like, I got to open up a little bit more because I put too many boundaries. I'm not connecting as much. And I'm like, there was blood come out of the faucet.
I'm just sitting there like, hold on one second. Say that again while I'm loudspeaker.
Let's see what
I would like to address that question.
Right there. Yes.
Not necessarily. Let me tell you why. So the soul, we're all energy. A lot
Can
of
I read the
times,
question real quick for people okay, so it says, are atheists less likely to come through to a medium than others? My mom wouldn't even discuss, I can't see him, have fun, spirituality with me, and I have even really ever felt her since passing. Okay, go ahead.
And another thing is you may not feel her because she might have already entered and went on to the next, however I say the next meet too. So they've come back again. So you may not get that communication. Now, see, eye contact with the living and the dead, we all work differently.
Right.
Like me and Melinda do have some similarities, but we do have some different things too, because our guides are different and they talk to us differently. But 9 times out of 10, it doesn't matter. It's all energy. Soul moves on. She may have already passed on to the next meet suit, so she's living her next life. And sometimes when that happens, they don't communicate as much.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it doesn't matter what your beliefs are, it's how you were just intuitively connected. Sometimes this is ancestral. I think a lot of, so when I've learned, the more you learn, it's like a muscle, you open up a pituitary gland, you start having more experiences, like you build that and you can grow in that. Are you able to have as much? In my opinion, not as much, but if it depends on if it was ancestral, if you're sensitive and you've just been blocking it by some beliefs that you felt like they were yours. And I'm not saying that they're wrong. There's a lot of different factors to really get an answer to be solid on that question.
Well, to answer, are atheists less likely to come through to a medium that I have had atheists that I had known here on earth, and once they passed, they did come through to me, and then they started seeing things from a different light.
Right.
So that's what I've experienced with it.
Joe, how you doing over there with all those girls?
I'm doing great. I'm taking notes.
He's-
That's what I like about Joe. He takes notes. And when I was his co-host, I would take notes. I was like, I'm learning. Here we go. Here we go. And then Donna says he was a beater. I was thinking probably came to forgive before he met the mighty above, but I found out he killed himself. He might have been coming to say bye.
Mhm.
His actual soul might have wanted that. He couldn't come with the situation going on, but he had to connect with you, want you to know, okay, like, hey. Oh, that's a hard situation, Donna. I'm keeping you in my thoughts for real. That's a lot.
I want to say something, Donna. Do you know? Because you said he's a beater when he was here on Earth, and he killed himself. There at the end, do you know if he was having any issues as far as because I keep feeling something was around him that led up to him killing himself. So I would like to talk to her more in depth about that, because there's some things I'm getting that has not. I'll just like to talk to her privately, I guess. I'll just say that.
So we have a few more comments we want to get to, but if someone was to get a hold of you privately, what is the best way for them to get a hold of you? And I'll type it as I can, as quick as I can. I'm a chicken pecker when I type into the chat.
Well, basically, of course, I'm on Facebook, but my phone. I've always got my phone. That's the easiest, quickest route. So my phone number is 480-364-3977.
Braver than I am.
Yeah, Donna, that needs to be
everybody's got my number. It's okay, because
I was kidding, because that show that I did where they put my car magnetic on there.
That's definitely something that you're going to want to talk to Melinda about privately. That's not something that.
Yeah.
So we'll keep it private. And then Amanda. Okay, my dad passed away a month ago, 2 days before. Let me show this so I can actually see it better, guys. Sorry, I don't see very good more. My dad passed away a month ago. 2 days before he passed away, my daughter had a scan. She told him, grandson. Can somebody see that better than me? Sorry.
I'm trying, but I'm blind as hell.
Okay.
I know.
Grandson
overjoyed. Go ahead, Joe.
She told him grandson overjoyed, but he's in her scan very clear, but he was alive. I'm an only child to my dad, heartbroken so sudden. Of 3 occasions, it's hard to read what she's trying to write.
I've smelled him so strong, my dogs react, and my daughter's smelling him also. Yeah, that's him around.
Yeah.
He's just checking on you.
Like Jen, it was the same, I think, conversation we had before. It's like sometimes your spirit can disconnect or leave the body before it actually really happens. And you can make those connections. It's like your higher self knows before your actual literal self here on earth. And our thoughts, especially when we're going through trauma and pain and stuff like that and in bad situations, our higher self, our higher aboves, our spirit guides, they know what's going on with us. And sometimes if it'll make it easier to connect, though sometimes that energy can do that. Am I right? Do you feel the same way, ladies?
Yeah, one thing I've noticed though, like people contact me and say, my whoever passed away 3 weeks ago, can you contact them? I always suggest for them to wait at least 3 months. Usually 6 months is the best, because they have to have time for their transitioning. Now, the smelling and the stuff of that, they can do that if they really want you to know they're okay. But to get a very good connection, to make sure you're connecting to that person, I always suggest 3 to 6 months after the passing.
Yeah, don't be those people that get the spirit box out 2 hours after somebody's died. John Boy, are you there? I know you're there. No, they're not going to answer. It's not John Boy, okay?
I want to give a shout out real quick.
Hey, Tiffy.
Looky Tiffany. Oh my gosh, I tried to get her on tonight and she just seen it to join us, guys. Tiffany's like my right-hand man on the team. Love her very much. She's such a busy woman, but I hope she's still coming the weekend after next to that abandoned hospital that is untouched in East Texas. Let me know, girl.
Hey, for the first time ever, I need you to understand. Todd just typed in all caps.
I'm trying to get there. I have all these. Hold on.
I have never seen that before. You're welcome. I didn't do nothing.
So.
I don't know shit.
So we'll be up 2 guys with you. I'm seeing 3. Let's keep going.
That question is for Melinda. I ain't answering nothing.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know nothing.
Let's see what Todd's got to say. I think your subconscious and your ego sometimes can jump in on what you're getting because you're so connected to the situation. You know what your heart feels, and that can get confused with what you're actually getting because you'll want the way you interpret it to be a certain way. Does that make sense to you, Melinda? How do you feel about that?
Okay, let me see how I'm going to say this. So most definitely, if you are too close to a person or a situation, I would suggest to back away from it, let someone else come in on it. Because what I have noticed, if it's like someone that I'm like with Beth, I get so upset and stuff if something's going on with Beth. So that's going to make me bring in other energies then I'm not going to pick up exactly what I need to. So anytime that yes, most definitely it can change what you're getting. So most definitely.
Yes.
Eva said, thanks, got you.
Very
Hey,
well.
can I tell you guys a quick story?
Yeah.
So last April, my mom had a birthday party. She turned 72. We had the party on the Sunday. That Monday, my brother and my sister, they were going to go to my dad's grave, to the cemetery. They wound up not going because it was rainy that day. So on that Tuesday, my brother called me and told me, hey, we were going to go to the cemetery, but we wind up not going. He said, but I want to tell you what happened Sunday at the party. So, okay. He says, Madison, which is my niece, happy birthday, today's her birthday. Madison went up to my brother and said, hey, I keep hearing Grandpa's voice. And he's saying that he's happy that Grandma's having a party. She deserves it. And that he's glad that we threw the party for her, right? Well, when my brother talked to my uncle on that Monday about going to the cemetery and them canceling it, he tells my brother, hey, I want to tell you what happened at the party. My uncle, this is my dad's twin brother. He's like, your aunt, which is my uncle's wife, and he goes, your aunt heard your dad's voice. And he told her that he was happy she was having the party, that she deserved it, and that when her time comes, he would be waiting for her. These are 2 different people at the same party. Neither one of them knew the other one heard it. Basically the same message. I just wanted to get y'all's opinion on that.
He did that on purpose because he knew you wouldn't believe it if he didn't.
Yeah, I've heard of that happening before because their spirit wants to make sure they get their message across.
Yeah.
And so sometimes they will do that. They'll because I've had that happen with other people. They will come to me and say, well, this person heard it and this person heard, but then other people didn't. So it was just a way of their guaranteeing that the message would be delivered.
I think spirit chooses you. And sometimes they're like, I'm choosing whoever is receptive. And if there's 2 people there, they're going to go after them if they want a message delivered. And just as a View Beyond Paranormal Magazine says, as we understand, we all are power plants creating bioelectric energy, and energy has a frequency. Could the difference in frequencies be a factor?
I'm sitting back. You better know it.
Come on, Beth.
I relate to this because I'm an energy person. I'm like, yes.
Melinda is the guest. I have talked too much.
I know. Go to Melinda, baby.
No, but guys, I'd love for you guys to chime in. You know that. I'm not like that. I'm like, more talking, the better. But yes, I do feel that does make a difference. A frequency is a factor. Yes, very much so.
Because some people, some people that operate at a lower frequency,
right,
they're attracting negative
right
stuff. So, you vibe with those people that are vibrating on a higher level and a higher frequency, which that makes things stronger. The more light there is, the higher the frequency, the stronger everything is. So there's that. Not that I know anybody that I'm going to shut up.
Oh, yeah, Beth, I'm telling you.
Because social media is Satan. And you notice that it's a low
Don't
vibrator.
tell me I'm addicted to Satan. Don't tell me that, please.
Well, social media is
It's
a very
it's
negative.
got a hold on me, yeah.
It was not meant to be,
Right.
but now it is a very controlled. I mean, what is the easiest way to control people? Fear.
Right.
There's
Exactly.
a lot of fear and chaos with social media.
Right.
I'm going to
Exactly.
shut up now.
No, Amanda, I hear you. And yes, someone asked above, can you ask a question? You definitely can. We're getting closer towards the end. Unless you guys want to keep going, we can go as long as you want. People can jump off if they want, as far as guests. But yeah, I mean, I'm here as long as you guys want to be. We don't have any real time restraints. We can go as long as we want. But we also, it's normally an hour long. But if you want to ask a question, put it in there. And I'm trying to get to all of them because I respect everyone's questions. I'm just half blind and I'm having trouble seeing.
I'm more than half blind, so I'm just going to sit here. Yes, Jeff, I'm also a paranormal comedian.
That's a lot of things. Yeah.
She wears many hats.
I try.
Yes. And I'm very loving and love that woman, and I want nothing but good stuff for her. I've even tried to damn talk her ass, and pardon my French, to come and live with me, and just come make it easier. Just get closer so I can look after you. And
Oh,
like,
my God.
I do. I love her. I'm just like,
Yes.
I just need my own planet.
I know, and I'll go live on it. Shoot, it's
I bring Bigfoot and
yeah, bring all the good stuff, right, Joe?
yeah.
Yeah, Planet Thug. There we go.
So, Melinda, can people get readings from you? And if so, you gave your number and everything. I mean, you're pretty open to doing that. I mean, I would implore anyone to actually. Some people are asking about your phone number again.
Oh yeah, and Miss Donna wanted to know if you would send her a message with your number, Melinda. Is
Yes.
she on she's on your Facebook friends list.
Okay.
It might be easier for her.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, my phone number is the easiest way, but I am on Facebook under my name. So,
Oh, we going into dreams now.
oh, boy.
Do we have time for this can of worms? Or
I'm laughing at Todd right now.
I can't even keep up. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate everyone for interacting.
To me, interpreting dreams, because like I could have a dream very similar to what Beth or what Shannon or what Joe would have, but it's always different to how I interpret it as to how each of you would interpret it.
Yep.
So that's something each individual has to look at the circumstances and what's going on in your life. Because I do know that whatever's going on in your life and you have a dream, it is connected to the living right now. So that's the way. It's very hard for me to explain dreams unless, I'm talking to a client one-on-one and I get all the information of what they dreamed about and blah, blah, blah. And then I can go in and say, okay, this is what I'm getting for you.
Yeah.
Good job.
Because everybody's symbolism is different.
Right. Exactly.
Like when my guides talk to me, for instance, like I had somebody tell me and I had to shut them down. Like if I feel snake energy off someone, I'm feared of snakes.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't good.
So when my guides tell me snake, I automatically go into get the gun.
Well, now, see,
Chop his
that's
head off.
weird because
Frogs.
my Native American side, the snake and the owl are two things that is a warning. But see, that's my interpretation of it. So everybody does have a different way of looking at things.
Yes, because I have a big ass owl tattooed straight across my chest, and it's my spirit animal, and it makes poor Miss Melinda go, "Oh God!" every time.
Exactly.
Scotty's here. What's up, Scotty?
Hey,
The
Scotty.
paranormal jackass is in the house. He's hilarious. He cracks me up. I've
There's
seen
a
some
lot
things.
going on. Yeah.
I know. I can't keep up. You guys are awesome. Keep it coming. Can a spirit jump into your dream and show you what they're asking you to do? Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
That's when you're the most vulnerable
Exactly.
to psychic attack is when you're asleep.
When you're sleeping.
And we got one fun trick with dreams is to take the position of someone in the dream other than yourself and then view yourself from the person's perspective and describe what you observe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually going, what the hell, too much in my dreams.
True.
I'm usually running from zombies.
And then Melinda helped me a lot. Helped me a lot through different phases of my life. I remember, if you remember me, Melinda, this is Saeed.
Yes, I remember. I
So
sure did.
sweet.
That is very sweet.
So nice to see you.
Yeah, she's very special.
Yes, she is.
Oh, thank you guys.
Did you see Todd? Did you see Todd's comment? Beth is
Mm-mm.
my therapist.
Well, I can share. I'm just glad to have bits and pieces when I can.
Oh
I just
my
want to
God.
make sure she's okay. As long as she's with good people, I don't care. I'll let Mama know.
There's a lot of me to go around. Just saying.
Let's see. With the paranormal escalating, so many ghost teams now, I viewed their shows in people's homes and they pull out a Ouija board. I think they're dangerous to mess with, and it shocks me.
Oh, well, I got to talk on that one now.
Go, Melinda, go. Let's tag team it, sister. When it's my turn,
Joe's like,
Melinda, when it's my turn, pound it. All right, go ahead, girl.
So I have a Ouija board. A lot of people put the Ouija board down because maybe they've had a bad experience. Maybe they don't know what they're doing. I have worked with the Ouija board. I'm a firm believer in the Ouija board. Yes, it can bring in negative, but it also can bring in positive. I do seances. So my thoughts on the Ouija board is how you use it and the knowledge you have of it. That's just like with any other tool that you use, whether it's cards, whether it's pendulum, whatever it is. It's according to how you use it.
go ahead, Beth.
I want to touch on the in people's homes because I'm a bit of an asshole when it comes to Ouija boards because I'm an asshole. But anyway, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay, so here's where my problem comes in. Yes, there's a lot of people doing residential cases that have no business doing residential cases. Residential cases are very sensitive in nature, and if you don't know what you're doing, and if you got a certificate from a Cracker Jack box, you don't need to be there. I'm sorry, and I do not think it's appropriate. Melinda feels the same way I do. We do not do personal stuff with clients online, nor do we talk about it or share it because it's a private matter. Mm-hmm. When we're working cases, we don't share that information. We don't have to brag, and it's very disrespectful to do so.
Right.
When you're putting people's homes, oh, I got to put the mic in front of my mouth for this one. When you've never even done a paranormal investigation and you have people on lives talking about you're doing paranormal investigations in people's homes, showing their homes, their kids, and talking about demons being in their house, that is disgusting. Shame on you. And you don't do that sort of thing. And whoever's watching this and wants to call whoever I just called out, that's fine by me. Bring it on. Because we are about love. We are about protecting others. We're about helping others. And that's just wrong. It's very disrespectful. So, Amanda, the problem is there are too many people that are in the paranormal because they think they want to be famous. They have no intent on helping people. It's about helping themselves. And just so everybody is quite aware, there is no money to be made in the paranormal and there are no experts. You either do it because you love it or just don't do it. My name is Beth Allen. Have a nice day.
Real quick, I'm going to interrupt really fast. Amen, sisters, and Joe. Joe does have to take off, but I want to tell him thank you for putting up with us 3 outspoken women. He couldn't get
I love
over
it.
it.
I love
Sorry,
it.
Joe. I love you.
I love it.
Felt
Thank
good
you,
having
Joe.
you on screen with me again because I do
Yeah.
miss you, and I do. You played a big part in who I am in this field. So, thank you.
The good old days, Joe.
Oh yeah. Well, I love you guys, so we'll do it again soon. And Melinda, we'll have to talk again soon too.
Let's talk soon, Joe.
Okay, guys.
All right.
Love you,
All right.
Thank
brother.
you.
Bye,
All
Joe.
right, guys.
Thank
Yeah, have a good
you.
night. Thanks a lot.
Bye, sweetheart. Love you. Bye. Sorry, he sent me a private message. I'm like, we got to say goodbye to Joe because he was like, he was going to be the co-host, and then us girls are so like vocal and everything we do. We're like, hold on, who's going to say this? Oh yeah, Melinda's the guest. Melinda's the guest.
Joe is an amazing guy. He's a sweetheart, and he's been through a lot. He's seen a lot.
Yes.
You know, he's a strong man, good guy. And now that I've went off on everybody, sorry.
I'm trying to catch up with everything, guys. Bear with me. But do y'all want to stay on for a little longer? Or do y'all want to cut it? It's up to you guys. Like I said,
I will have to leave within the next 10 minutes, but
All right.
Listen, Melinda,
yes,
tell us something new, sister.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know if you want me to do that.
Oh no, we do. That was the
I
point.
broke Melinda. I'm guilty
yes.
of that. Because Melinda is one of the sweetest people you will ever meet in your life.
Mhm.
And I don't know what happened, but next thing I know, Melinda's out there thugging it up. And I'm like,
That's it. Because
Melinda, I didn't mean to.
it's one of those things that, I was a very quiet, withdrawn person. I had my clients, I done my thing. But then I started noticing people, people's doing things for the wrong reasons. And then they'll come to your face and they'll tell you one thing. And then once they're away from you, boy, then you're hearing something totally different. So it's really sad. I've got my circle very small now because it is so hard to trust anybody in this field. And I hate to say that, but it's true.
Yep. And unfortunately, it's not just in the field, it's in general.
Right, in general. But what I'm saying, because, you hear about para-unity, you hear about, no, there's
That's
not no para-unity. I'm sorry.
No. Amen, sister. Say it again.
There is no para-unity, and people can preach it, they can say it, but they're not doing it.
No.
So it made me walk away.
There's para-family, and that's what I stand by.
I just call being a damn good person. We had that talk with Melinda before this. It's like, just go support other people, want the best of everything. Just be a good person. That's all. You can't change other people. You can't change other people's destiny, their path, nothing. All you can change is how you personally reflect and react to it. But what you can really change is how you are yourself, how you behave, how you treat people. It all starts at home with yourself.
Exactly.
Your home is your body, your vessel, your mind, your spirit, and your soul. That's where it all starts.
Mm-hmm.
If you're worried about changing things, change things right there and see how things work out from there and see what directions you take. Because I bet you'd make a lot of changes if you start worrying about that first.
Yep. Exactly.
I'm not saying it's wrong with people wanting para-unity. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying some people see it a little differently because there are some good people out there that really want para-unity. I'm not taking from that. So please don't mistake that. But
I don't care what anybody mistakes. I'm saying it because I'm about to get real NC-17 or triple X right here because let me tell you something. I let people believe what they want to believe, and I respect everybody's views until you get stupid. But when you come at me because of the way I believe something, you got 230 pounds of raging bull coming at you because I'm only going to take so much. That was my thing with Melinda. Melinda, just sweet, caring. She turned the other cheek like it wasn't nobody's business. But one night I saw her and it broke me so bad that I looked at her on that video chat and I said, Melinda, no more. We whoop ass around here. We don't, no ma'am. Next
so
thing
I finally started speaking up, saying what I have to say. Don't care if people like it. I am me, and that's it.
Because she's entitled. She isn't. It is her God-given right to be Melinda. She doesn't have to be anybody else other than who she is. Shannon, you don't either, and neither do I.
And
I
I've been
love
putting my foot down
everybody.
since August. I'm like, it took me a moment to be an extra, but I'm like, this is who I am. I don't owe shit to anybody.
Right.
No,
I
you
choose
don't.
my path. Everything is in my control. You like it or you don't.
Amen,
Come on,
sister.
like I said, the theme park has many freaking rides.
Right.
You can, but if you don't like the ride, go to the kiddie pool or go to the little duck pond. You know, whatever you got to do. Go to the little
Exactly.
merry-go-round. I'm going to be here on the roller coaster, having fun. Doesn't mean I know more than you. This means I'm enjoying my experience. And I implore all you guys, if something bothers you that bad in the field, just to go, let it go. Focus
Can I
on what
say
you're
something else?
experiencing. Go ahead, girl.
That's gonna love this.
It's beautiful.
Another thing that I've noticed is the only time people want to be your friend or associate if they think they have something to gain.
Yes, ma'am.
And that I've learned that real quick. So I disconnected myself from a lot of people. But you know, Shannon, Beth, Todd, Leanne, Jason, you guys I love dearly. But there's just so many people out there that they talk the talk, but they don't walk it.
Amen.
So
I was the
I'm-
sweetest little thing in
I'm
my
broke.
field. I was the sweetest, the most innocent. I just want to love everybody. And
Right.
boy, did I get run over like a freight
Yeah,
train.
buddy.
And then I get emotional. I'm getting treated so bad. I just want everybody. Then I get angry and like, I'm just tired of fucking everybody. Now I'm raising my vibrations and I don't care. Guess what? I'm going back to that sweet, loving person because I'm loving my experience.
right.
You don't like it, turn the freaking channel, but I'm here for you. Even if you don't like me, if you were going through some shit, call me. I'll be there and I'll listen. And these women are the same way. Beth,
I don't know so much.
I said almost. And I said never mind. But
Well,
for
no,
real,
and I'm very honest with the fact of this. I can own my own shit. Okay, I've made plenty of mistakes. I'm not perfect. I have done a lot of shady shit, just like any other person. Because hey, you come messing with me, I'm gonna come get you back. I mean, I'm doing better now. You know, I'm an older thug now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm standing in my truth. My soul is on blaze because I don't care. I'm me. Who? Come on now. I'm not going to apologize for being Beth.
I did that too long.
I love people. Yep. I want to help people. I want to be a positive person, and I want to help bring light into dark situations.
Right.
And I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's cool because I ain't too fond of a lot of folks either. But it is what it is.
Right. Exactly.
You let it be. You let them be. When they don't let you be, it's like, come on, man. I'm really trying to explore my passion. That's my way of saying things. Like, seriously, I was like a sitting duck for something I didn't know was coming. I'm like, I love this. This is it's a beautiful thing. And I'm like, beating, getting jack slapped and everything. And I'm like, damn it. Like, enough is enough. Like, I will not be beat over because honestly, I have backtracked out of this field so many times and I can't stay away from it. You know why?
I'm not going nowhere.
I love spirit. I love energy. I love connecting with people. And I keep going back. And you know why I keep going away? Why I keep coming back is because I can't walk away. And that's the honest truth. You know why? Because there is some purpose, whether it's connecting with the person, connecting with the spirit. I'm fulfilling what I want. It's my own personal experience. And we got to quit talking about what people's personal experience. It has nothing to do with you. Let them do what they're doing.
Right.
Exactly.
Because we ain't going nowhere.
No.
I got work to do. I got souls to save and help out.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, I got to be that light. I'm bringing light. I'm all about, I'm shooting rainbows straight out my ass. I'm just saying. And I can't think, out of all the bullshit that I see, I'm broke as a joke. Paranormal ain't made me no kind of money. And that's not why I started.
It ain't midnight yet.
I have been having paranormal experiences since I was 17 months old that I remember. That doesn't mean I've been a paranormal investigator for 47 years. Just want to put that out there, folks. But I am so rich in so many other ways because I have so much love. I have so many people out there praying for me, so many people holding me up in prayer, loving me, sending me that. I don't need nothing else. I got y'all, and I got these other people up here, Todd Lee. I have the best soul family that anyone could ever ask for. So I'm just happy to see. You know what, Melinda? I know you're not happy where you're at right now, but it's because you still getting into it, and it's a lot of energy.
Right.
But you're there for a reason.
Yep, I know.
And I can't wait to see you. I love you so much.
I love you too. I cannot wait to see you.
Same thing. And Beth has the same damn open invitation. I'm like,
yeah,
you can always
that's
come
my other home
over here.
Texas is my other home. Where are you going? I'm going to see Shannon. Shannon lives 13 hours away. Oh, it's just right across the way.
But I'm like, you don't have to be, because I got room. I can make room. If I ain't got room, I can get room. I mean, when someone is good to me,
right.
We've had good times.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to let you know every day what your worth is and what you mean to me. Like, that's just how it is. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I'm having trouble keeping up because we're sitting here chit-chatting like little.
So if y'all have it, you need to go on over there and follow Melinda. She's an amazing woman, and I love her dearly. I'm proud to call her my sister.
Oh, Beth, you know I love you dearly, just like I love Shannon. Both you guys are my sisters. I mean, I would do anything for either one of you.
I was drawn to you without even knowing that much about you. And when things were like, when you were reaching out, I didn't even know you that well. And I was just, energy pulled me to be as much as I could at the time, prevalent at the moment. So, and that means a lot to me, Beth.
Shannon and I have had some good times. We got hired as prostitutes at Old Park. Melinda, you would love it. You have to go there with us one time.
Oh, I would love to.
We had a really good time. We didn't accept the job, but we were hired.
Well, and now that Melinda's closer, I got to get her to the hall. Yes,
you do. And speaking of Old Park Hotel, they are having the Tex West Paracon 2023 coming up. And I think it was May 12th and 13th. It's really awesome. I was asked to be a guest speaker, and I was really honored for that because I wasn't expecting it, but I've been there so many times, and I really have a connection to the location. It's one of my top two, like the respect I have for Connie and Dan. It's going to be a fun time. If you guys can make it out in May, all the VIPs are sold out, but there's so many good packages available that are affordable. It's just going to be a really good time. If you just check into it, I think it's 2023 Tex / West/Tex Paracon. Look it up on Facebook. They just started putting everything out. It's still kind of new, but it's going to be a really good time. If you want to go to some like really different, unique haunted environments, as Beth said, crossing the veil when you go state lines in different areas, it's very unique there, and you're going to get a good experience around good people that just want to have fun with no drama.
I don't know why Tim, it's because you're so hot. You're too hot for Facebook. Like I'm too hot for TV.
These conversations here.
Well, because it's got him coming up as Facebook user, but it's Tim.
Oh,
it's Tim Coomer.
Yes, Tim. We've been talking about this forever. I think we need to break the seal and make that happen because I think Tim and I just have a feeling that like our energies would vibe and bring some crazy active energy to the table.
I love Tim.
I just really do. I've seen what he does, and I'm like, I got that. You want to vibe with that energy. You want to feel it and interact. So I really think, and definitely we can talk about that because I'm out of my shell again. I've come out of my turtle shell, my crab shell, because I am a Cancer. I'm a crab. Sometimes I resort back into my shell, but I'm back out, and I'm happier than I've ever been. And I would love to connect with you. And Melinda Williams, showing amazing, awesome. Yeah, she is. And like, guess what? I'm protective of you now too.
I got to get all this stuff together. And Melinda, I'll send you once I get everything together, because I started up. I haven't really put it out there too much yet, but I've got my new stuff coming out, Soul on Blaze.
Okay.
And that's what I'm going to be doing, like a tour, I'll be like at different like metaphysical stores for like a couple of days doing readings, moving on to the next. I'm going to try to do some fairs this year. Maybe you and I should try to do that together.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, MonsterCon, year number 2, West Virginia, end of April. Dave Spink's World of Weird. Y'all need to check it out. It's going to be awesome. I'll be there. Todd and Leanne will be there. Night Stalkers will be there. It's going to be awesome.
Irene, she's a crab too. My husband calls me the crabby crab. There's, you have the 3 different stages of signs. I'm a Cancer too, which it's a different kind of level and really looking into like zodiacs and stuff, but I'm right in the middle, and Cancer 2s are so opposite of Cancer 1s and 3s. Yes, I do recluse, but I'm not that needy as the other portions of me. I have a sense of needability to me, but I'm not as meh as some of the other ones. And like I really followed that because I was told like you were, because I'm definitely like in a little crescent of being that way, but having more power and strength, I think. And I don't know. It's just, isn't it so unique how like we know everything and we don't know the damn thing?
I don't know shit.
But it makes me so curious to learn all this stuff more. And what is this? West Texas Paracon looks dope. It's going to be great. Yes, it's going to be great. I recommend it. You won't be disappointed. For one, good people, great prices, family environment as far as everyone's going to be family. It's out in West Texas. Very unique environment. Lots of cool places. Like the last time I did an event there, I actually had aerial tours going over the town for $50 a person for donations for Old Park Hotel.
I ain't getting in no airplane.
It's a little Cessna, I think is what it was. I can put the flyers up in my thing later, but I love that location. I support what Connie and Dan is doing because they have a unique location. It's not like, oh, it's haunted. It is very special.
It's not haunted. It's hainted.
It's hainted. And then Connie and Dan being so just versatile, out of the drama, just very humble,
awesome
very
people.
Good people. They helped make that location as well. That location wouldn't be what it was if they weren't the ones that held on to it. And they make it, it spoke to them. And
it's affordable.
It's very affordable. And
just remember, if I'm there.
I'm telling you, like, I am so, when they asked me and I was like, I wasn't expecting it because I'm not big on speaking on stuff. I just want to be part of the experiences on everything. And it's not that I can't, because I speak a lot in different environments in my life, but I'm like, you know what? Yeah. And I have a really good topic, and I was very honored they asked me. And I think I can't wait. I can't wait. Like, it's my second home. So
the Black Beaver of Ballinger won't be there, but unless a miracle happens.
I know.
I'm the Black Beaver of Ballinger, Melinda. There's
a long story behind that one.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But Melinda, tell everybody where to find you, because I know you got to go.
Well, I'm on Facebook, like I said, under my name, Melinda Williams. Of course, my phone number that already gave out. Should I give it again?
Go for it.
Let me type it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. 480-364-3977. That's the easiest and fastest way to get a hold of me. So I got a YouTube channel, but like Shannon was saying earlier, it's so hard to get numbers up there. So I don't know, but
just another platform to connect. Yeah. But I want to watch it. I didn't know you had a YouTube. See?
Girl, yeah, Saturday nights, man.
I want you to get a little thing together with all your info like that and give it to us and put it on everything.
She does flower readings.
I know she does. And I actually randomly asked her out of nowhere, do you want to do a reading tonight? It's a couple weeks ago. And she's like, well, I can. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I did a reading.
What kind do you want? I was like, I don't care. I just need a message. I know I need a message.
Yep. So, but ladies, I've really enjoyed tonight. Thank you, Beth, for coming on. It was such a great surprise. I
was so happy to see your face. And like I said, I know you've been busy and I've been sick. So we have been missing each other.
Right. We definitely got to talk soon.
But I needed you to know how much you're loved, honey.
Oh, well, you know what? I love you guys too, very much so.
Love you, love you. And you just don't even know. We got just a little bit closer tonight. Yeah. Thank you, Irene, by the way. I didn't want to interrupt anyone, but thank you, Irene, for coming on and commenting on
all the way from Japan.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So, guys, thank you. Next week, there is not going to be a show because out of nowhere, my company says we're going on a corporate trip. And I'm like, okay. So there's no way possible, because by the time we're done with our work days, then they have to do this, like they want to do cocktail hour or dinners. And I felt really bad because I did not want to like not have Stephanie Cox on instead of she was on the first show. She was one of my like mentors and one of the two of my biggest mentors, and for certain reasons. But I felt bad having to cancel it, but I just didn't want to disrespect her to have a quick show and mess it up with my job. So there is no show next week. We might replay one. But other than that, we'll see you the week after. And I got to look at my schedule right now to say who it is. But thank you again, Melinda. Thank you for being patient as we waited for your time to come out. Thank you, Beth, for jumping on last minute. Thank you, Joe. And I'm so sorry that, Jen wasn't able to make it tonight. She did have something that came up, but much love for Jen too. So
thank you, Justin. Thank you, everybody who tuned in tonight.
Thanks, everybody,
we appreciate you.
Now don't laugh at me while I do this exit thing, because I am horrible about timing with this. When the video ends, I just want you one.
Okay.
But thank you guys.
All right, Shannon. Thank you.